I own a lot of VaultX binders. And in this unsponsored review video, I'll show you exactly whether this is all just influencer hype or whether these binders are actually worth the money. Hello there, Julius here. Let's get straight into it. When you receive your VaultX binder order, it will look something like this. And as you can see right away, this looks and feels like a premium product. It feels valuable. It has all the specs on the back. This is also mostly paper, except for a few unfortunate parts that are still plastic. I like that it's not just a plastic wrapper with some of these cheaper ones you get on Amazon and etc. It's all just a plastic wrapper, and there's already way too much trash we produce from TCGs. Unfortunately, you still get a lot of trash with this. And I mean, the box itself is nearly as much stuff you get as the binder inside. Anyway, so this feels nice. It has the specs on it. VaultX, they know how to produce a nice looking product. They make the whole experience very nice. These are the specs for the binder. There's nothing really outstanding just from these. See if they fit your requirements. And by the way, this is the version that you get when you have a 12 pocket binder, and you can see this is a lot bigger even. So just be aware, these are massive. I score this product out of these categories that I came up with. 0 points means it fails, 1 is it passed, and 2 is they go above and beyond. And then at the end, I'll give you my final rating. VaultX presents itself as a premium company, and I have to agree with them. The binders are really well made. They are very sturdy. There is nothing that seems to fall apart. The pages are good. They're very clear. They're not fuzzy by any means. The pockets hold the cards nicely, and that's always important because you would not like to shake the thing and then they all fall out. This happens sometimes. As you can see, the shake test successful. So what I really enjoy actually is this cloth-like feel on the inside. Some other binders, most actually, in their cases, this is all a PVC of some sort, but this feels like cloth. It feels nice. It feels, like satin almost. And, it just makes it feel, the whole product feels a bit more valuable this way. And of course, important for everyone here, the zipper binder, this doesn't break. I've used these dozens and hundreds and thousands of times, but they're very sturdy, nothing breaks here, nothing falls apart. Actually, I have the plastic shrink wrap around this still, but hey, you do you. I like it this way, but it's probably gonna fall off eventually. Hey guys, I was just cutting the video and I looked over my other binders and I noticed something that I'd like to show you, and that's this is the Ultimate Guard one. And I hope you can see that. Do you see how this is super bent? I had them on the shelf right next to each other, and this is what the Ultimate Guard one looks like after a while. These are identical almost, and this is the VaultX one. As you can see here, there's not a single bend, and I think, let me try to open this. See, I don't even know what's in there, but see, there's not a single bend right here, whereas the Ultimate Guard clearly, I hope this is obvious here, right? You see this, right? The scratches and just the major bending here. So that shows you, I hope, the quality you get with this one in comparison to perhaps others. Although I'm not saying that Ultimate Guard is bad per se. It's just, I think this is very obvious, right? Now I think you can kind of make that out. This is a 2 out of 2 for me. Be aware though, you can scratch these if you go over them with a knife, but I mean, I don't know who would do that, just so you know. I purchase binders not just to display my cards, but also to protect them. In this regard, the VaultX does a phenomenal job in my opinion. It is waterproof, and here's me testing that for you. All right, I tested it. As you see, I just wiped away the water, and I put the paper in here. See, well, this was my finger actually. See, this is completely dry. So yes, this is indeed water resistant. Science works. As you can see, it's dry on the inside. Very good job. So you can actually take these out on the parking lot, and when it's raining, you don't have to put them in a backpack if you don't want to. But please be aware, the zipper itself is not waterproof. So there can get water inside. So please don't take these underwater or something, okay? They're not, it's not a sealed case. There's also enough space here on the inside so the cards don't get squished. And that's very good because if you have very valuable cards inside, you don't want this to squish too hard, right? Some of these binders that I see from competitors, there's very little space and it always feels kind of like they're scratching over the cards. And of course, yes, it has all the bells and whistles like PVC, acid-free, etc. Archive-safe pages. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. I read this somewhere. I don't know if this is true. If you really want this to be archive-safe, by the way, you need to get slab-3 cards, all right? This is still a binder. There's no magic involved. I'd say protection-wise, this again is a 2 out of 2. As you know, TCG sets come at different set sizes, so you need different sized binders. With VaultX, you get a 4-pocket 160 card binder. You get the 9-pocket 360 one that I just showed you. We have the 12-pocket one that fits, let me check, 480. There's also a bigger one that fits over 1,000. Disclaimer though, these get really big, and you should think about this. Do you really need the biggest one of them, at the expense of not fitting into your backpack? Or could you perhaps split this up? I mean, do you really need 1,000 cards in a binder? I don't really think you do. But I was asked this, so I'm just pointing out there are binder of that size. And since this is usually interesting for everyone, see, this is how the binder behaves when there are lots and lots of cards in there. See, these are filled, these pages are full. See, and you can clearly see which pages have cards in them and which ones, which ones don't. But as you can also see, there's no bending of the cards. This is all fine. After all, there is material inside. So see, this is what I want to see from a good binder. And it goes without saying, these are compatible with all the common TCGs, Pokémon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Lorcana, etc. 2 out of 2 in my book. Did you know, if you like, comment, subscribe, and share, I can keep this channel completely unsponsored. I use my binders a lot. I flip through them. I put them out for display. And yes, these perform really good. I think the 9-pocket binder is a bit better than the 12-pocket for some reason, because in the 12-pocket version, the zipper kind of tends to keep the binder open just a tiny bit. If you want to display this like at a convention, for example, or you're a vendor, then you might want to see if this is what you want. I don't really see the VaultX binders as the definitive vendor binder. In my book, this is more for collectors who want a nice display on their shelf. But usability, handling wise, it's really nice to open, really easy. Kids can open them too. It's not too hard. It's not going to break. And as such, I'll award 2 out of 2. Collecting is fun, but collecting with others or at different places is even more fun. By the way, check out my Collecting Around the World series. Let's get back to the binder though. Portability wise, it fits nicely into my backpack. That is the 9-pocket version. Okay, let's try this. See, this is my backpack. Can it fit? It fits perfectly inside. Nice. See? Beautiful. And even the 12-pocket version does fit. I can't speak for the 1,000-card binder. I've never used that. Be aware though, they do tend to get quite heavy. So if you stack 3, 4, 5 of these, you might be better off with a travel bag or even a suitcase to transport them rather than a backpack. But portability-wise, I have no complaints. As I said before, they are waterproof too. The biggest complaint I have heard about the VaultX binders is the price. And yes, as the name suggests, this is a premium product and they will charge you accordingly. As you go on the website, you'll see that you will pay anywhere between around 25 to up to 40 euros, dollars, whatever currency, for one of these binders. And yes, that is not super cheap. You can get binders on Amazon, etc. for half the price, and those will be about 80% as good as the VaultX binder. Do you need the premium binder? That's the question you should ask yourself. Also, be aware, the special versions with the set symbols, etc., those will cost a bit more. Do you need those? If you just want the base version, you can frequently get these discounted. You will find a 10% discount link in the description of this video, and you can use that on your first order on the VaultX website. My tip, see how many you need. If you just need one, you might be better off purchasing on Amazon, etc. But if you need more, you will get free shipping above, I think it's about $50 right now. And perhaps you can buy 3 or 4 for the different sets you need, and then the 10% will really kick in. And if you share the discount code with your friends, they can benefit from that too. Overall, I believe the quality justifies a slightly higher price, but be aware there are cheaper alternatives. You can find them in the video I'm linking here, and you find them at about 40% off in comparison to the VaultX binder. So I'll give it a 1 out of 2. It's not extremely overpriced, but it is a premium product. The design of product is really important to me. And in this case, you have a rather minimalistic logo, a clean aesthetic look, and it feels very like a collector's item. I enjoy this kind of design. I don't really like the flashy artwork, etc. you get on some, and I don't really like prints on my binders. But if you're looking for those, you won't usually find them with the VaultX ones. If you hop on over to the website, they do frequently do made-to-order kind of products, and they have special editions, especially for Pokémon sets, for example. They hand them out with the set symbols printed on, etc., and flashy colors. If you like that, absolutely go for it. But just be aware and think about this. Do you really want a super flashy confetti-like number of colors, rainbow colors on your shelf? If this is your style, absolutely go for it. In my case, I like the more understatement kind of look, the all black binder, look and feel and aesthetic. That said, I have one complaint, VaultX. If you're watching, the entire thing is dark and black, even on the inside, right? Even on the inside, this is all black. And most of the binders you sell, they're monocolor. Except for the ones, they always come with a green zipper handler. Why is this? Why can't we have a mono black binder? Please, if you ever consider this and watch this video, please make a monocolor binder with a black zipper handler. Overall, I'm fine with the design. It's not exceptional. This is 1 out of 2 points, but of course this is very subjective. Considering that this is a premium product and the way VaultX presents itself as a caring company, I would have really wanted to see some aspect of sustainability in the whole product. For example, they could use recycled plastic or recycled paper for the box, etc., etc. I believe this would really send a message, and it's also something that I would personally love to see, because that's what makes a good product even better. So there are no points to give here, but VaultX, if you're watching, I would really appreciate if you could look into that. Here is the final score, 80%, 12 out of 15 points. This is overall a very good product, and I can wholeheartedly recommend this to you. As you see, I have a lot of binders of VaultX, so I will keep buying them. And I know there are alternatives. I've reviewed some of them here on the channel. Check those videos out. I think you will not go wrong with VaultX binders. They are really well made. If you can live with a higher price, if you enjoy the designs they have, etc., then this is a very good product for a TCG collector. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.